Rachel here. Come with me as I dig up potatoes out of the garden. I've got a raised garden bed over here and I planted a variety of potatoes in it. A red potato, there's a white potato, there's a russet potato. And I planted these in around mid-March. And so it's been about 4 months and I'm going to show you these potatoes have been dying back, which is what I want in potatoes. So as you can see, they're kind of flopping over and they're getting yellow and they're dying back. And evidently they're being eaten by these grasshoppers too. And as you can see, the soil I've had to mound up because some of the potatoes were kind of showing. And so I mounded up the soil so that, because I don't want the potatoes to get too hot, I want them to be sheltered from the sun. Otherwise they'll get green and they'd be no good. So I've got a variety of tools. I've got my pitchfork. I don't know what I'll need because I've never done this before. Usually I grow the potatoes in big containers and usually I just dump the containers out when they're ready. But this year I thought I'd try it in the raised bed. And I've got this trusty hoe / rake tool. And then I've got my garden trowel or spade. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm kind of just getting my drip irrigation out of the way. Okay. All right, well, let's see what we've got. Oh, see, here's a potato that kind of got above ground, got above the soil, and it's a little bit green. But hopefully we'll have more that's not green. Let's start with this plant. There's one over here. Look at that. There's a nice little potato right there. Let me get my little produce bucket. That right there. All right. Sometimes I just like to use my hands when I'm harvesting. But look at that. It's a little white potato. All right, I don't remember which varieties I planted. Wow, look at that. That is one big potato. This actually might be my russet potatoes that I planted from store-bought russet potatoes that I started sprouting. Look at that. Wow. That is one big potato. Woohoo. Look at the size difference. That one's teeny, that one's huge. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna try pulling, that didn't work. I was gonna try to pull the plant up. Tiny one. Oh. Wow. Okay. So look at this. This one's a little one. Look at this one. Huge. Look at that. Growing these potatoes is more than just a fun activity. I view it as practice to one day own our own homestead. My husband, Dan, and I would love to own some property one day so we can grow all our own food and have animals to harvest as well. But in the meantime, we live on this 1/8 of an acre property, and so everything I'm doing, I view it as practicing to one day own our own homestead and grow our own food. And I wanted to make this video to show others that it doesn't matter how big of a property you have. You can still get out there and grow some of your own food and have that satisfaction that you can be somewhat self-sufficient. So get out there and get growing. That's fine. Hey, like I said, I planted a russet potato that was old, shriveled, and the sprouts were coming out of the ice. And I got that one, gave me 2 big ones and 4 small ones, and then some that are not worth even mentioning. But yeah, it's pretty good. All right, now let's dig up this other one. Kind of close by to where the russet is planted. All right, like I said, I saw some close to the top here. Those must be the white potatoes that I planted because they're a lot different from the russet. Oh, oh wow. Here. I'm gonna try pulling this plant up. Let's see. Oh wow, look at that. Woo! Look at here. This one's pretty big. That one's good size. For, you know, russet potatoes tend to be bigger. That's a good size for a white potato. And then I've got all these smaller ones. This. And get these potato plants out of the way. And then this one's a good, whoa, look at this one. That one's huge. Nice. Look at that.
Look what that is doing.
Oh yeah.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, dig that one up.
It's food.
Okay, just be careful. Good. Oh, try not to throw it. Nice.
Oh, I found another one.
Okay.
The small one.
Oh yeah, don't worry about the small ones.
I just put them.
Yeah, just put it back in there.
This one.
Wow, look at that. Oh, okay, you gotta be careful not to damage it. So let's use the trowel.
There.
Woohoo! We're getting some big ones.
Yeah. Oh, this one. That one. That. That you, yes.
Here, let's
What is that?
Oh, there's worms.
Yeah.
Say hi, worms.
Hi.
Oh,
That one.
yep, there's more in here.
Oh, the spider.
Oh, look at that. You want to get that? And look, there's a smaller one. Get the smaller one. Yep, try to get as much dirt off as possible.
Whoa. Whoa.
Let's see if there's any more.
Look.
I just don't want to damage.
Look.
Oh, look at that. You got a worm.
Dad put it in there.
Oh, look at that. I just dug into one. I guess we're having that potato for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
That's a big one too. Wow. Okay, so far this white potato has produced more good-sized potatoes than the russet. All right, so we finished digging up all the potatoes. So now here is the harvest. Isn't that awesome? So we've got some russet and then Yukon Gold. We've got some red potatoes. I planted 8 potatoes. I'll weigh this so that I can figure out my output of potatoes from planting 8 potatoes. All right, so we've got russet, red, white / Yukon Gold. Who do you think won? I'd say this white / Yukon Gold. Yeah, we've got this one that looks damaged and I don't know, doesn't look too appetizing. So, I don't know, I'll cut into it and see if it's salvageable. And then this one got pretty green. I don't know if that's salvageable. But yeah, all the rest look great. Got some big russet. Probably the biggest potato came from the russet category. But we also got some big white ones. The red ones are pretty small, but yeah, anyway. Okay, so I got a chance to weigh the potatoes and I got 13 pounds. Not bad. I planted 8 seed potatoes and got 13 pounds of potatoes out of it. Well, thanks for coming along with me to dig up the potatoes. Again, I planted them mid-March and it's mid-July now, so they've been in the ground for 4 months. And this week I stopped watering them to dry out the soil. And then I just carefully dug them up and we're gonna be eating potatoes. I'm gonna store them in a dark, cool place, so I'll put them down in the basement, just in a dark corner, and I'll have them covered. So hopefully they'll last a while. I don't know, it's summer though, but the basement stays pretty cool. I've got another round of potatoes that are gonna be ready to harvest next month, because I planted them mid-April. So next month I'll harvest those. I've got a couple rounds in the big containers too that I'll dig up in the fall. So anyway, thanks for coming along with me, and until next time.